You missed my cheek.
I won't.
Won't that hurt even more?
I have precise aim. Don't worry.
Yeah, give me like a shirt I can stuff.
Did you see Kai donate $2?
Kai did?
It's obviously not the real Kai. XQ. LOL.
Wait, is it not?
No.
Oh.
All right,
He had everything. Millions of followers, record-breaking streams, and a fan base that would defend him through anything. But in just 18 months, Kai Sanat went from being Twitch's golden boy to one of the platform's most controversial figures. And the worst part? He did it to himself. What you're about to discover isn't just about one streamer's fall from grace. It's a masterclass in how to destroy your own legacy, one decision at a time. Let's rewind to 2022. Kai Sanat wasn't just popular, he was revolutionary. While other streamers relied on gameplay or manufactured drama, Kai brought something different to the table: authenticity. His streams felt like hanging out with your funniest friend. No script, no gimmicks, just pure unfiltered energy that connected with millions of viewers who were tired of the same recycled content. By early 2023, Kai had broken Ludwig's subscriber record on Twitch, reaching an unprecedented 300,000 subscribers. To put that in perspective, that's not just beating a record, that's obliterating it. He collaborated with Drake, partied with celebrities, and became the face of a new generation of content creators who proved you didn't need a gaming chair to dominate Twitch.
Kai still owes me 100K, right? Just donate whatever the he owed me. Said Team Water. How about that? I don't have to do it myself. I don't have to do it myself. He owes me 100,000, so just put it right here above Darn Man. I'll pay you for the difference.
But here's where the story takes its first dark turn. Success has a funny way of changing people. Not always immediately and not always obviously. Sometimes it's subtle. A slightly inflated ego here. A questionable decision there. For Kai, the transformation began the moment he realized he was untouchable. Or so he thought. August 2023, Union Square, New York City. Kai announced a massive giveaway, free PlayStation 5s, gaming accessories, and gift cards for his fans. On paper, it sounded incredible. A beloved streamer giving back to his community. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. Thousands of people showed up. Not hundreds, thousands. The crowd quickly spiraled out of control. What started as excited fans became a chaotic mob. People climbed on cars, threw objects, and clashed with police. The NYPD had to deploy nearly their entire force from the local precinct to restore order. News helicopters circled overhead, capturing footage that would dominate headlines for days.
How that shit made me feel, because of who you are and how your humor and like how you are as a person. I'm not holding this against you.
Kai was arrested and charged with inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. But here's what made this controversy stick: his response. Instead of immediately addressing the chaos and taking full responsibility, Kai seemed more concerned with how it affected his image. His initial statements felt defensive, almost dismissive of the very real danger his fans and innocent bystanders faced that day. The internet doesn't forget, and more importantly, the internet doesn't forgive half-hearted apologies. This was strike one, but the hits were just getting started, and what came next would make the PlayStation 5 incident look like a minor hiccup. If you're reading this and thinking surely he learned his lesson, you're about to be disappointed. Just months after the Union Square debacle, Kai announced a collaboration that left even his most loyal fans scratching their heads: Chris Brown.
Mr. Brown, imposition of sentence is suspended. You are going to be placed on formal felony probation for a period of 60 months.
Now, let's be clear about who Chris Brown is beyond his music career. In 2009, he pleaded guilty to felony assault after brutally attacking then-girlfriend Rihanna, leaving her with visible injuries that shocked the world. Since then, he's accumulated a lengthy history of alleged violence, restraining orders, and aggressive behavior. This isn't speculation, these are documented facts. So when Kai brought Chris Brown onto his stream for what he called just vibes in music, the backlash was immediate and fierce. Critics called it tone-deaf at best, and enablement of abuse at worst. Domestic violence advocacy groups publicly condemned the collaboration. Think pieces flooded social media questioning whether Kai understood or cared about the message he was sending to his young, impressionable audience.
It's like I fucking lied. I'm tired of the dick riding. Get off my dick. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. It's like I be holding back too much.
Kai's defense? People deserve second chances, and separate the art from the artist. Noble sentiments, perhaps. But when you're platforming someone to millions of young viewers, many of whom are in the exact demographic most vulnerable to relationship violence, those excuses ring hollow. If you're seeing the pattern here, smash that like button because we're only halfway through this train wreck, and the next controversy is somehow even worse. Here's where things get truly insidious. Because scamming fans with a chaotic giveaway is bad, collaborating with problematic celebrities is questionable, but using charity as a prop, that's a different level entirely. In late 2023, Kai announced an ambitious charity stream to build a school in Nigeria. The goal was to raise money to provide education for underprivileged children in his father's home country. Beautiful concept, right? Kai positioned himself as someone who hadn't forgotten his roots, who wanted to use his platform for genuine good.
$400,000 to Team Water. They were saying, Kai Sanat, you need to join in, you need to join in. Kai Sanat just denied all of their phone calls.
The stream raised substantial money, tens of thousands of dollars from fans who believed they were contributing to something meaningful. Kai made emotional promises about transparency, about showing his audience the construction process, about making them part of this journey. Then, silence. Weeks turned into months, no updates, no photos, no construction timeline. Fans who donated started asking questions. Where's the money going? Has construction started? Can we see receipts? Basic accountability that any legitimate charitable endeavor would provide without being asked. Kai's team offered vague reassurances about logistical challenges and working behind the scenes, but transparency costs nothing. A simple update video showing even preliminary progress would have satisfied concerned donors. Instead, the silence grew louder and suspicions grew stronger. But wait, surely Kai learned from this mistake, right? Surely he wouldn't make the exact same error twice? Keep watching because the answer to that question reveals everything you need to know about where Kai's priorities truly lie.
Make it 101, 101. And I'll give you the $100. Boom, done, finished.
If the Nigeria school situation was a red flag, what happened next was a full-blown siren. In early 2024, Kai launched another charity initiative, this time announcing plans to help various communities through his foundation. Once again, emotional appeals. Once again, massive donations from trusting fans. Once again, promises of transparency and regular updates. And once again, nothing. Do you see the pattern? This isn't about one mistake or even two isolated incidents. This is about a systematic pattern of overpromising and underdelivering when it comes to charitable commitments. And here's what makes it particularly egregious. These aren't business deals or content partnerships. These are charitable donations from fans who have less money than he does, given in good faith that their contributions would make a difference. Critics began compiling timelines of Kai's broken promises. YouTubers created deep dive videos examining where the money went. Some alleged the charity streams were essentially profit centers, ways to generate content and engagement while looking philanthropic, with the actual charitable work being an afterthought. Kai's response to these accusations has been consistently inadequate. Defensive tweets, vague promises that updates are coming soon, occasional snippets of information that raise more questions than they answer. What he hasn't provided is the simple, straightforward transparency that would instantly silence his critics, itemized accounting of where donated funds went, photographic evidence of completed projects, and honest timelines for ongoing work. Here's what makes Kai's situation fascinating from a psychological perspective. Despite everything, he still maintains a fiercely loyal core fan base. His streams still pull impressive numbers. His subscriber count, while not at record highs, remains enviable by any standard. Why? Because Kai understood something fundamental about internet fame. Cultivate parasocial relationships strong enough, and your audience will defend you against almost anything. Watch the comments on any video criticizing Kai. You'll find thousands of fans calling critics haters, dismissing legitimate concerns as drama, and attacking anyone who questions their favorite streamer. They've invested so much emotional energy into supporting Kai that acknowledging his faults would mean admitting they've been wrong. That's cognitive dissonance in action. But here's the thing about loyalty built on parasocial relationships rather than genuine respect. It's fragile. It looks strong until the moment it shatters, and when it does, the backlash is exponentially worse than if you'd simply maintained ethical standards from the beginning. We're watching that fracture happen in real time. With each new controversy, more fans quietly stop watching. They don't make dramatic exit announcements, they just leave. They find other streamers who haven't disappointed them yet, and slowly, Kai's empire erodes from the edges inward. Kai Sanat's story isn't really about Kai Sanat. It's about what happens when we give young people immense wealth, influence, and fame without the maturity, guidance, or accountability structures to handle it responsibly. Kai was barely in his 20s when he became one of the most influential content creators in the world. No training, no mentorship, no one explaining that with great platform comes great responsibility. Just an overnight transformation from regular kid to celebrity, with millions hanging on his every word. Can we blame him for making mistakes? Of course not. Can we hold him accountable when those mistakes hurt people or violate their trust? Absolutely. The streaming industry has a systemic problem. Platforms like Twitch prioritize engagement and profit over creator accountability. They'll suspend streamers for minor content violations while allowing others to operate ethically questionable charity streams with zero oversight. There's no required transparency for charitable fundraising, no mandatory education about parasocial relationships and responsibility to audience, no consequences for repeated patterns of problematic behavior as long as the subscriptions keep rolling in. Kai is both victim and perpetrator in this system. He's a product of an industry that values entertainment over ethics, and simultaneously someone who's made conscious decisions that deserved criticism. So what happens now? Can Kai recover from this reputation hit, or is this the beginning of an irreversible decline? History suggests that internet personalities can recover from almost anything with the right approach, genuine accountability, changed behavior, and time. The problem is that Kai has shown little willingness to provide the first two, which means the third doesn't matter. Real accountability means more than saying "my bad" in a tweet. It means comprehensive updates on all charitable commitments, including financial documentation. It means examining why he thought collaborating with Chris Brown was acceptable, and articulating what he's learned. It means implementing systems to prevent future chaos like the Union Square incident. Changed behavior means demonstrating through actions, not words, that past mistakes won't be repeated. It means transparency becoming default, not something provided grudgingly under pressure. Right now, Kai seems more interested in weathering storms than preventing them. His strategy appears to be waiting for controversies to blow over, rather than addressing their root causes. And maybe that'll work. His core fan base is loyal, his content is still engaging, and internet memory is notoriously short. But there's a ceiling on how far that strategy can take you. You can only disappoint people so many times before they stop expecting anything from you. You can only break promises so often before people stop believing you. You can only cry wolf about haters and drama before legitimate criticism gets categorized the same way. Kai Sanat had everything handed to him: talent, timing, and a platform that amplified his voice to millions. What he did with that opportunity will be studied by aspiring creators for years as a cautionary tale of what not to do. The saddest part? None of this was inevitable. The Union Square incident could have been a wake-up call about responsibility. The Chris Brown backlash could have prompted reflection about who deserves a platform. The charity controversies could have been avoided entirely with basic transparency. Instead, each incident became another example in a pattern of prioritizing short-term gain over long-term legacy. Another case study in how quickly beloved creator can become controversial figure when accountability takes a backseat to ego. The question isn't whether Kai will survive these controversies. He probably will. His talent and existing fan base provide a safety net most creators don't have. The question is whether he'll thrive, whether he'll fulfill the potential everyone saw in him back in 2022, or whether he'll be remembered as someone who could have been great but chose easy over right at every crucial decision point. Before you go, subscribe for more deep dives into the messy, complicated world of internet fame, because this story is far from over, and what happens next might surprise you. Right now, somewhere, Kai Sanat is streaming. Thousands are watching, laughing at his jokes, donating their hard-earned money, and defending him in comment sections across the internet. They still believe in him. They still trust him. The question is, should they?